forex trading, whereby someone comes and tells you forex trading is hard. Before you take that hardship of forex trading as a belief or as a thought that you focus on, you must take time enough to verify that, because it's like, let's say you meet a beginner, right? A beginner, they never had any proper mentor. They never encountered any serious information, or they never even went as deep as they are supposed to be in terms of knowledge and understanding. If you meet that person and you ask them to tell you how is trading, that person can actually discourage you more than everyone, because of the experiences that they've been through. They can tell you, my brother, I've been blowing and blowing after blowing after blowing after blowing. But now, the question now is that the best experience that one can encounter in trading? Because if ever that is the best, it means then what are people doing? So you need to be so careful about the statements that you hear, whether publicly or even on YouTube or Instagram, wherever you hear statements being spoken on trading. Be so careful, because most of these guys, unaware, they're actually disturbing your own journey. Unaware, they are disturbing your own journey, because you realize that some of you here are still beginning the journey, or even if you're not beginning, but you are beginning to realize profitability, right? So if that person is doesn't receive the proper conducive environment for them to keep on flourishing, it's easy for that person to easily give up on the game. So what I'm telling you is something that you must be so careful on. Trading is not all about the chart. It's not all about the chart. Even succeeding in trading, it's not all about knowing the chart. If you know the chart alone, you might not realize constant profitability, because there are certain things that you must know also that might not be chart related, but that are related to your financial success overall as a trader. Like this simple basic fundamentals of success, whereby I always say to the guys in the class there that, do you know that if you carry a negative attitude, if you come to trading, which is a good environment, which is a good industry, but you yourself, you carry a negative attitude, negative attitude, I'm referring to a negative attitude towards money, negative attitude towards life in general, whereby most of you realize that you might actually be losing hope in life. Then you come to trading, but as you come to trading, the state in which you're coming to trading in, you're coming in trading with a hopeless state, whereby already you've lost hope already. You're not just doing trading for the sake of doing it, yet you're in a state of hopelessness. So someone like that now, do you know that it's going to take time for them to realize constant profitability? Why? Because when you are in a state of hopelessness like that, you are even your brain cells in charge of knowledge and understanding, it's like they're closing like this. They will be closing like this. The more hope you lose in life, like it not only does it close opportunities coming your way, but it also closes even your own body cells that are in charge of giving you knowledge and understanding, opening up your mind for you to see what you must see, know what you must know. Bit by bit, they'll be closing like this. So imagine when such a person now comes, and no matter how much information regarding the chart that you might give that person, that information is landing on a wrong brain. That brain is not conducive enough to receive information when it's in that state. So that's why I'm saying such a person, their journey to realize consistent profitability is going to be longer. Why? What is going to prolong their journey there is this first aspect, which is the aspect of them first fixing their attitude towards life, or towards the market, or towards themselves or towards money in general. There are people that have lost hope in terms of finances, whereby you have lost hope. You no longer even have that zeal to ever realize financial freedom. When you have lost that one, then you come to trading now, and you expect to realize constant profitability, yet you have lost something that is so key for you to realize that financial freedom. That desire, do you know that having a desire to realize financial, just having that, and you come to an industry like this one, your own path or your own journey in this same industry will be so different, like more than someone who has lost that desire. You with that desire, it is that desire that will make you to understand faster, make you to acquire and absorb knowledge as quickly as possible. And once you manage to do that, it will also help you even to implement way much better, and also to realize consistent profitability way much faster than someone who has lost the desire to ever realize financial freedom. So what am I saying? I'm saying most of you here, you are here, yes, I understand, but you're in a wrong state. You're in a wrong state to make money. Making money is not a negative state. Making money is not a negative thing. Making money is not a negative thing, right? So when you are negative now, when you are negative and yet you expect to make money, I always say there's no way you can realize positive results if you are negative. There is no way you will ever realize positive results if you're a negative being, if you're a negative person. Most of you, you want to make money. You want to make money, but you are so negative. You are so negative even about the making of the money, to an extent that just if ever any little thing goes wrong, you can easily give up. You can easily give up. You are the first person to give up, because your attitude is wrong. Your attitude is so negative. So what am I saying? I'm simply saying, before you even go to the chart, before you even look at the market, before you start analyzing, before you start taking trades, make sure you fix your state of mind. You will be so shocked if I tell you this other point that I want to tell you, because you might not even believe it. Do you know that most of the people that are flourishing in this industry, right? Most of them, yes, there is a certain percentage that really know what is going on. Then there's another percentage which the knowledge is not that deep. Yes, it's there, but it's not that deep. The only thing that other group has managed to successfully done is to have the correct state of mind. Have the correct state of mind whilst they are doing whatever they are doing. So you realize that someone with, let's say, level 5 knowledge, yet that person has a correct attitude and a correct perspective over money, over life. They still have that desire, that burning desire to realize financial freedom. That person can actually make more money than someone who, let's say, you have level 7 or level 8 or level 10 knowledge, but yet you lack the desire now, the desire, which is the zeal to realize financial freedom, and also you lack the proper attitude, which is a positive attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that having a positive attitude, whether on the market or concerning money or concerning life, that on its own, do you know that it's an asset? It's actually an advantage, a competitive advantage that you have already. If you come to the market with an optimistic, positive attitude, right? Then you get a chance like this one, where you get an opportunity to be given the proper knowledge now. Proper attitude, proper knowledge. Once those ones collide, there's no way you cannot prosper. There's no way you cannot make money in this industry. Proper attitude. You come with a proper attitude whereby you're optimistic, you are positive, you know that financial freedom is possible for you, you believe that is possible, you're actually anticipating it. That's a positive, optimistic attitude. Once you come with a positive, optimistic attitude, and then you come to the right class, which is this one, right class, whereby you are giving the proper knowledge, not just knowledge. It's not all. It's not just being. It's not all about knowledge. Most of you, I know by now. You now know. You understand what I mean when I say it's not all about you being given knowledge. It's about you being given the proper knowledge, the proper, right, correct, true knowledge. There's true knowledge. There's also knowledge that is not true. You must be so careful on that one. So once you are in an environment like this one, and your attitude is correct, there is no way you cannot make money. So make sure, as you are in those, whether you're in the free group or you're in the what, whether you're in the free in the VIP, even if by any chance you leave us or whatever, or you lose contact of us, right? Let me give you this thing. Always go with this thing. If ever you're to go, whether you're going to leave Africa or to go to any nation besides the one that you're currently in, if you're going to prosper there, even as a trader, let me talk as a trader. If you're going to flourish there as a trader, your attitude must, there's no way you can prosper as a trader if your attitude is negative. If you have a negative attitude towards the market, towards money, towards yourself, there is no way you can prosper. There is no way you can prosper. So fix your attitude. Make sure you're always anticipating. Always be expectant of the best. Most of you approach a new week with your mind flooded with negativity. Your mind is flooded with negativity. You come to the market full of that negativity. And once you come like that, there are so many things that you never see. So many points that you never see on the market. Even your analysis, it will not even be on point because of that negativity. That negativity, once it floods your mind like that, it overshadows so many points that you're supposed to see. You won't see them on the market. And what is going to happen? You're going to experience a negative week. Be so careful about the attitude that you come into it matters. Do you know that the attitude that you come into the new week with, it also determines how much you will make in that week. It's not even coincidence when you see yourself not making money in a certain week or whatever. Because if you approach it in a negative way, negative, pessimistic attitude, always, though that negative, pessimistic attitude, it can be traced all the way to the chart. Even the way you're looking at the market, we can actually trace that negativity even on your chart. We can even see that negativity. You can see it because of so many points that person will be missing out from the market. So guys, make sure you raise up your, I know life does whatever it does, but life also, when it's looking at you, it looks at your attitude. It looks at your attitude. It also responds to that. So most of you are coming with a negative attitude, and yet expect positive results, which cannot happen. So without wasting much time, let us look at the market now. Let us look at the market. As you are looking at the market, make sure you're in the right state of mind. Make sure you're in the right state of mind. Don't be discouraged. I always tell people, don't allow anyone who is negative to come and speak concerning your trading performance, your trading journey. Don't allow a negative person to come and have a say in how you are doing trading wise. Negative people are so dangerous, so dangerous, so dangerous. They will drag you down. They will drag you backwards. You are moving. You are okay. You're okay when you are alone there. You're okay when no one there was talking negative against you. But the day those negative people started talking, that's when things started to go down. You no longer had the same accuracy that you had on the market. You no longer had that one because of simply a negative word that was spoken. So be so careful. that can affect, it can affect how much how your journey goes, and also how long it will take you to realize consistent profitability on the market. All of that, those things those things actually affect. Those are what I call behind the scenes enemies to someone's trading. Behind the scenes enemies. The negative words that you hear. If you're listening to negative words like forex trading is a scam, whereby let's say you are in a family, maybe you're not staying alone, you're staying whether with your parents or with your wife, whatever. Then all that she's saying to you is forex trading is a scam. It's a scam. That thing is a scam. The more that negative word is spoken, the more they say that, the more that negative statement becomes a reality to you. And the more it becomes a reality to you, it means there is no way you will ever make money out of the market. You, not others. You, the one who is holding onto that belief, the one who will be holding onto that thought. You won't even make money, because even the way you look at the market, you look at it from a perspective of someone who has lost hope already. Who has lost hope already. So looking at the NASDAQ, if you notice on the monthly time frame, remember the NASDAQ and US 30, those are stock indices. Stock indices, these are simply a representation of how the stock companies are performing there in the United States of America. For example, the NASDAQ, the Nas100, it means these are the top 100 companies there in the United States. Their performance is being represented there on the NASDAQ. Your Microsoft, your Tesla, your what, all those top Facebook, your Facebook, or Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, all of those ones, they are being represented. Their performance, how they are performing, how they have been performing. So every company, remember, every company, its agenda is to realize profit. There's no company that can say we started in order for us to realize losses. No. So every company that is being established there, but due to circumstances, they might encounter such losses like this one. Like if you notice there was actually a bit of a pullback downward there. But remember, these companies, they are being run by individuals. Individuals, I'm talking about people. These companies are being run by people, and people. When you're talking about people, you're talking about beings that do have feelings of greed, feelings of fear. All of those, you find them on the market. So all these other pullbacks that you find, they can also be traced to that. Remember, also the performance is also determined also by the economic status, how the economy is performing. Is also affecting also how our chart is coming out, right? So all of those points are points that you must be knowing in your head. But right now we're at a supply zone. Supply zone, it simply means it's a major selling zone there, where these sellers initiated this drop that happened initially. It started from this region, right? If you notice this first pullback, which is what we call an inducement, that first pullback that doesn't touch your supply is called an inducement. So that inducement is to induce early sellers. Early sellers, they sold here, it went. Then the institutions, they come and take out that inducement, tap into the supply, then they drop. So right now, just looking at the monthly like that, I'm actually anticipating a huge drop of NASDAQ from where it is all the way up until it takes out this level. This level, if you notice, these are equal lows like that. They also represent liquidity. There is a lot of liquidity lying below that level. So below that zone as well, we can also see that there's also a beautiful demand zone there, right? So looking at the monthly technically looking at the monthly, you can see that the probability of them coming, wiping out that liquidity, tapping into this demand, then continuing with their bullish movement, it's so possible, so high. so high. If you notice here, that was an entire bearish move for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost an entire year. Imagine a full year of going down. Same thing here. This can also happen even for the next November, next month, December. You find January, they will be doing the same. February, March. So up until they get to the zone there. Here you see it will be around March, around there. That's when it will come to that level. So the purpose of that, of having that bias, it prepares you. It also prepares even your analysis and your setups. So if you notice, right. So the other thing now, the other important point is this one that I'm saying now. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. If you get this point, you actually you actually get to make more money than what you're making on the market if you're making any money. If you're not making any money, you actually start to make money just by this understanding. The understanding that I'm giving you, and also this other point that I'm stating now. Right. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. I want to speak about this anywhere else except for the classes that we have. Right. So when it comes to zones now, this is a zone. This is an institutional zone. This supply that I marked based on a monthly. So inside this zone, you realize something was happening here, inside here. So this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, right? So if you notice, let me mark this one like this. This one. I marked this last bullish candle. This one, there was a bearish one. So if you notice this candle, this next one didn't break out of this. This next one didn't also break out of this. This next one didn't break out of this. This next one didn't break out of this. This one didn't break. This one did break. So which one is our zone? That's where most of you miss things now. That's where you miss it. That's why you miss it now. That's why you miss it. Someone can come and mark that one, that candle there. Yet that candle is within this one. All these candles that you are seeing, they are being governed by this one candle. So meaning if we come and touch this one candle, it means we have touched everyone there. If we break out of here, it means we have broken out of everyone. So that is also another technique now that institutions use. Who is drawing on my chart now? Are you guys? You stop drawing on my chart there. Okay. Let me do this. So you realize now that this is our zone. This whole block that I marked, I can even limit it to this candle only. This one. This one. Because this candle is the one that is holding all these others. This candle, if you notice, they came, they didn't break. 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 When I say break, I'm meaning the body of the candle closing below this one. I'm not talking about these weak rejections whereby they come, reject, they come, reject. I'm talking about the body like this, the body closing below. So eventually they broke. So meaning this is our zone. This is our supply zone. Even if you want to call it an order block, it's also an order block. So that is your zone there. If you notice, they touched, they started dropping. Someone right now is waiting for this one. So some of these things, we only talk about them once in a while. If you get them, you get them. If you don't get them, good luck next time. Next time, wait for next time. So even down here, the demand that we are saying down here, we want to see. You realize there always be that one candle that will be holding the others. In this case, is this one. Next one failed. Next one failed. This one succeeded. So this one is our zone. Like that. Like that. So this is the weekly. All those trend lines, what. they try to it's incomplete information. Why am I saying it's incomplete information? The trend lines are not even consistent with the structure. If you didn't know. Okay, let me start with this one. Let's say you find the market here, then you draw this trend line like this. By the time they break, what are you going to say? You're going to say we're in a downtrend now. But are we really in a downtrend? We are not, because structure, this is the previous higher low. And so long we break, even if we break this and we don't break that level, we are still going up. You see, first trend line. Second one, you come, draw this one. Guys, touch the trend line, respected the trend line. Here, you'll be smiling. It broke, you say you're in a downtrend. Which downtrend? Because it kept on going up. So you see the inconsistency now of trend lines. They are so inconsistent. Why are they inconsistent? Is because of the fact that they try to define structure. They try to define structure. They are not the structure. They try to define structure. They try to show you the structure, but they are not the structure. Don't confuse that. Don't confuse that. Being the structure, trying to define the structure. Are you hearing me? Are we together? Are we together, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen? So, in this case, you could have drawn this trend line, but that is not the real analysis. There is not the trend line. Just in case someone comes and say, trend line, we broke out of trend line. Now we're going down. Going down where? You have to slow down. Up until structure is broken, that's when you can say we have broken. They can come so many times. They come and break these trend lines, and they don't break structure. So many times. I can give you so many examples here. We can be here all day. Me giving you examples of where they broke the trend line but didn't break structure. So what I'm saying is, most of you, I see, even when you're analyzing, you come, you draw lines like this, like what I'm doing now. You come, you draw trend lines like this, and you say, I've analyzed. This is my analysis. This is not an analysis. Trend lines, they try to define structure. They are not the structure. You can draw them. I'm not saying don't draw them. Hear me. I'm not saying don't draw your trend line. But understand the structure as raw as it is. For example, here you could have said we broke out. We are now in a downtrend, right? In as much as it was also correct because of this change of character. The only thing that made that point correct is this change of character, not the trend line. The determining factor of this downtrend is not this trend line. It's this change of character. So who is the boss here between the change of character and the trend line? Because if they failed to break here, they were going to still continue going up. So who is the boss between these two? It's the real structure, which is this one. Which is what you must know. Which is what you must know more than anything else. So once that happened, you know that we are now, that was a change of character. This, let me just remove this. This, that was an inducement. Now you now know what an inducement is. Just in case someone comes and wants to boast about terminology, tells you inducement. There's nothing mysterious about inducement. It's simply that pullback that doesn't touch our zone. Our zone is this one. That pullback that doesn't touch our zone is an inducement. Those in the class, they are aware of the two sets of entries that we have that you always find on the market. Two sets of entries. The first one is what we call the liquidity generating entries. The second one is what we call the liquidity collecting entries. Liquidity generating entries are the ones that you could have even entered here, even based on this breakout, as well as this inducement supply. This one, that is an inducement supply because it's linked with this inducement. The real supply is this one. So if the market comes and pulls back into this inducement supply, you could have also sold here initially based on that. This one. Those are other crazy entries that you can actually find yourself entering on the market. So you can even put it all the way like this. So just like that, just like this, if I just see something like this, right? Obviously, done a lot of analysis, done a lot of top-down analysis and everything. Once I see something like this, once I see something like this, that's a sign of entry. That's a sign of entry. Even this one, whereby after the change character, this one now, even if I enter there on the inducement supply, this one is it's a better entry more than this trend line entry and any other entry before the change of character. Any other sell here before the change of character, those ones are of lesser probability compared to this one that you could have taken after the change of character. Because after the change of character, it simply means if we were going up, we're now going down. But as you're going down, you need to identify the proper zones now of entering those particular trades. So entering that sell from there, your targets now you could have looked to, for example, here in this case, your first target was going to be the previous low, which was this one. Previous low, previous internal low, which is this one, right? After that one is reached like that, you can also look to the left to look for other next, like this one. The next low was that one. The other one was that. So all of those lows to the left could have also helped you for the target of, remember that first initial entry there, that's a liquidity generating entry. So long that inducement is not taken out, the market will always come back and take out. Once they've succeeded to take out the inducement, now we are going down. They will now be going down. So now they've tapped into a very sensitive zone now. And so someone here can also come and draw this change of character here. But notice now, this change of character that you're drawing down here, this one is not, this one was there to facilitate the pullback going up. Not to, the initial move was this one. This change of character caused this initial move. Then this one, it had to happen in order to facilitate the move going up. So that even if it comes all the way down to this demand, you know that the probability of that demand not holding is high. The probability of this demand not holding is high. Why? There's liquidity here, number one. Number two, order flow is bearish now. Order flow being bearish, it means if this is my leg there, my next leg is here, then here, once they confirm that now will be a lower high, once you now have a lower high like that, they now have to come and take out this previous and give you a lower low like this before they. So it will now be something like this. That's why this one, the probability of it holding, it's so little, so little. So all this analysis that I'm doing, starting from the monthly to the weekly, it will all add up even to the decisions that we are going to, the trading decisions that we are going to make on the NASDAQ for this week. They are all of those points, they're going to determine what we're going to be doing. So even once we successfully get our entries from this region there, once we successfully get our entries from this region, right? Once we successfully get our entries from this region. So the other point that I also wanted to state was in terms of zones like this, was also the fact of whereby someone, remember I said someone can come and mark this, right? In as much as there's nothing wrong with this, but if ever they manage to change character right here, they won't come there. They won't come they won't even come there. But if they fail now, if they fail to change this, remember, as they were going up like this, which was a pullback going up into that zone, they went up in form of bullish order flow. Bullish order flow, bullish order flow. So that bullish order flow, if it doesn't shift to bearish here, they can still utilize this as trend line liquidity, wipe everyone out, tap there, come down, then come down. So that is also a point that, so the reason why it's so key for you to have a trading journal is because of all these points, whereby you are documenting your analysis all the way, all the details of your pair, from the monthly, what you saw on the monthly, where the market currently is, which price is the market currently at. All of those points you'll be documenting them in your journal. So here I have this leg here. If they fail to break here, they just come and touch, then go up there before they go down. On the weekly, we've exhausted almost all the points. Even if you want to put a Fibonacci, let's see from the top to the bottom. Let's see how our Fibonacci levels are looking. You realize that they tapped 78.6, which is a good one, which is not bad. It's also a very good turning point. 78.6, 88.6. Those are good turning points, especially after the market is coming to collect adjustment. You find that your zone that they'll be wanting to tap, it will be always most times above the 50%, 61.8, which will be 78.6, 88%, somewhere around there. So, right. So on the weekly, we've done whatever we've done. People of lesser understanding who just want to, who like drawing, they can come and draw something like this. NASDAQ, we are now downtrend. We are now in a downtrend. But is that true as yet? That's the question. That's the $1 million question now. Is that true as yet? Remember what I've told you, the technique that I've told that I've told you about trend lines. That trend lines, they are not the structure. They are trying to define structure. So there are so many times where even the trend line will be broken. After it's broken, you find the market continuing to go where it was going. So many times you can give. So even here, this going up. Remember, I showed you how you could have entered these cells. I think I showed you, based on the weekly, I showed you whereby initially you could have taken that one, but the best one, after this change of character, they came back. After this change of character, they came back, you could have entered. They came back again, you could have entered. So here, after they broke this inner structure, you could have followed now. That's where the knowledge, the importance of having knowledge, that's where it applies now. Because you understand that this is inward structure. But as it is inward structure like this, lower low, lower high. It came to the lower high, didn't break the lower high. That was a sniper entry there. Sniper sell entry was here on NASDAQ, this one. This one is a lower low because it shifted this inner structure. Okay, that one is a lower high because it broke the lower low like that. This is structure now. Those are opportunities that you never even see with the trend line. Those are entries that you never see just with trend line knowledge. Because with trend line knowledge, you come and draw your trend line like this. You come and draw your trend line like this. And you draw a trend line like this, you say, we are now in an uptrend. We are now in an uptrend. Are we really in an uptrend? We are not even in an this market is still bearish. We are now in an uptrend because we broke the trend line. No. Which uptrend? Which uptrend? Because they kept on going down. So trend line knowledge alone, you'll be so, the market will deal with you left, right, and center. So here they came again, they broke here. So that one was a sniper cell there. Sniper cell that you could have entered. Sniper. These are dangerous entries that once you master these entries that I'm showing you, once you have this understanding that I'm giving you, my brother, my sister, there is no way. There is no way. There is no way you can even come and bet here. There's no way you can ever not make money out of any market. Any market, whether you're trading currencies, you're trading indices. So there you would have entered. Here, break structure. After they broke this structure, after they break this structure, remember from there, just even let's say you didn't catch, let's say you didn't hold all the way to the bottom like that. Let's say you managed, let's say you were humble. Let's say you wanted to be humble. You wanted to be humble, you could have held just from the previous lower high up until you take out the previous lower low like this. That's a humble entry. Those are humble entries whereby you simply follow structure. But it was still good enough profit. This was a swing trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Almost 3, if not 4 weeks of holding. Imagine 3 or 4 weeks of holding one trade in profit. This is the direction where it's going. In this direction, you are even determining it based on a higher time frame like this. On a higher time frame, it's much more clear. The directions, it was so clear. We are coming from there, we're taking out this low. So clear. Nothing hazy there. When you now go down to lower time frames, you might not see the same clarity there. When you start there on lower time, you might not even see the same clarity. You see a lot of candles, you think that the market is going up. Going up where? Going up where? So there was no going up there. So in this next scenario here, next case here, let's see how you could have entered also this entry, right? So there are two ways now. Either you enter after, remember, as this market will be pulling up like this. This is bullish order flow. This is bullish order flow. Remember that pullback, that's bullish order flow. So that bullish order flow, as it will be happening like that. Even let me show you. Let me give you this other technique. Once you master this one, you'll be dangerous now. You'll be a problem on the market. So after this break of structure, which is this one, right? Our previous internal high was this one, right? They came, they didn't take it out. So this is not our lower low, right? They came again. Our previous internal was this one, right? I want you to listen to me and listen to me carefully now. This is our internal, which we want to be broken in order to confirm this as our lower low. This, as I said, is not our lower low because of the fact that it didn't come to take this internal out. So for this to be a lower low, it has to take out this out, right? Meaning, whatever inside opportunity like this one, that was a clear inside change of character. If you go down to 4 hour, you see what I'm seeing much more clearer. You see what I'm seeing much more clear. So you see now the lower time frame, the lower you go down in terms of time frames, there is a lot of noise now that is being involved today, whereby you might not even see the direction, the proper direction of where we're coming from and where we're going. So if you notice, that was a change of character. And remember, I said on the daily, we want them to come and take out this one. Meaning, we could have even taken all buy entries, we could have taken them so long they were within this region. Meaning, whatever entries we could have taken here, we would have targeted that one as our first target. Because we want that to be taken out to confirm this is our lower low. Right? Our next targets, you would have looked higher now. Looked higher, looking at the left here. Looking to the left, you're looking for zones. You're looking for zones. That was the supply there. This was liquidity. Any supply or demand that you find in this state, which is what I'm giving you like this, that supply or demand, the probability of it holding or being respected is higher. So here, change of character here, they came back down. You could have actually went up with the buys. Remember this one was mitigated. They came to retest this. This one was where your entry was. You could have bought there. Very beautiful trade, whether here on this one or this one or this one. So long it was here, especially now. So the first entry, you could have waited for the market to come, reject. Once it rejects like that, you enter. Your stop loss is where? Below this one. This one. Below the zone. If you want to be humble as well, here in terms of targets, you would have targeted this previous one. They came took care. But if you wanted to be a professional and know what you're doing, you would have held all the way like this. So that was the first entry. The other entry, if you look inside, I'm now showing you this other entry so that you know, even when you come to the market and let's say you miss this rejection entry, you can also look inside. When you look inside, you realize that our previous inside level was this one. Previous level, they took it out. Which was an inner change of character. They came down to this level here, to this demand here. This entire candle is considered a demand. I'll just mark the bottom like this, the bottom to the tail like this. I mean the body to the tail like that. But that entire candle is considered a. So after this, you could have also waited for the pullback. That is in case if you missed, let's say after this rejection, let's say someone entered and put their stop loss below. Then you find the market already moving like this. You wait for something like this. Or even if it came back here, you could have also entered. Here you could have entered. Then here, after this change of character, you could have waited for the come back into this inner demand. There as well. Once they've done that, they might not even come all the way coming back. So here you could have entered another entry. Another entry, you could have also got it on this other demand. So notice my entries. I'm not even putting them anywhere. Most of you, your entries are terrible. So terrible. Terrible. Because all you are applying on the market, you're simply coming to draw trend lines and you say you have analyzed. What is that? You come and draw a trend line like this and you say, I've analyzed. I've analyzed what? Because if you notice how trend lines are being manipulated, trend lines are not the structure. They try to define the structure. They were broken here, right? Notice where our entries are. Here. And as we enter there, we are targeting around that level as our first target, right? So the people who are going to enter after the breakout of the trend line there, those are latecomers. And notice what happens to latecomers. The minute you enter there, they will come down. They wipe out your stop loss here. If you put here, they're also wiping you out because they're coming back to this demand because they left this inducement as well as this demand. And us now, if ever we're going to enter, let's say, obviously by the time it gets there, would have locked profits. By the time it comes back down to this demand, we know they've wiped out a lot of people. They've collected this inducement. We are entering other entries now. Notice where my entries are. This one. Then, as they go up like that, you are still targeting this to take out this. Entry. You are still targeting this first and that second. So after the first one was taken out, notice what happened. Notice what happened now. They came and retested a breaker block. A breaker block is simply a previous supply zone. This was the supply for this level. Previous supply became a demand. That's a breaker block. That was another entry. Notice where my entries are. Trend lines, people here, they will be drawing a lot of trend. So many, they'll come here, draw trend. They'll draw a trend line like this. Trend line has been broken. We're now in a downtrend. Which downtrend? Is this even a downtrend? It's not even a downtrend. You guys, the day you wake up to this truth, to this knowledge and understanding, is the day you start realizing consistent profitability. These things are trying to define, they are not the structure. This breakout, someone could have said, guys, we're now in a downtrend. We are now in a downtrend. Which downtrend? There's no downtrend here. There's no downtrend there. That's why I'm telling you, trend lines, if you can even eliminate them, it's fine if you decide to eliminate them. All I'm saying is they are not consistent. There are moments where you can even draw them, so long you know your structure. Don't make trend lines your structure. You know your structure without them, even if when you place them like this, right? When you place them like that, even if let's say you take a sell there, you're taking a sell, yet you know your structure. You know that your structure, they've changed character there. And we've tapped into a supply. We're coming from a supply. Personally, I would have entered my sales on the supply. You are busy waiting for the trend line. So all the sales coming down, you could have caught them. This buys going up, you could have caught. They bought into this supply. You would have bought all the way, even this This buys that you took here and that one, you could have even held to this and even ultimately that supply. From that supply, you could have waited for a shift of order flow. Once order flow shifted, what I mean by shifting order flow, people, they're always asking, what do you mean shifting order? As the market will be going up like that, it goes up in form of bullish order flow. If you notice here inside, that's where they shifted the order flow here. So inside shifted here. After they broke there, they came back, pulled back. They pulled back into the supply, which is where you would have entered here. It's something that is it's so inside that if you're not so observant, you won't see it. So change character, they came back, which was you could have sold stop loss above. Selling there, you are selling there. If you want to be humble, you can target these previous inner levels. If you want to be if you want to be a professional, you can actually hold all the way up until they take out. Because this is now our lower low. Let me go back to the daily so that I don't confuse myself. Remember what I've told you about these lower time frames. Lower time frames, they carry a lot of noise that if you're not careful with lower time frames, you'll be so confused over the real direction. Are we really going up or we're going down? You'll be so confused, lower high there. Right? So ultimately, this is an inner change of character. This one is an outer change of character. Meaning, what do I mean by this? I mean, this could have given us buy opportunities that are within this lower high. Because imagine if ever they came and didn't break that lower high, it means what was going to happen? They were still going to continue going down, right? So that was our major change of character like this, major change of character, minor change of character. I'm simply saying this minor change of character, it facilitated this pullback, because if ever they came to this supply and continued dropping, they were still following this bearish order flow. There was nothing wrong with that. So I'm simply telling you this so that there are moments whereby they can even give you this and not give you this. So those moments you can even take these buys, but they will still be within this range. So in this case, change of character, so clear. They came back to the zone, which is down here. Down here, where is our zone? This is our demand here. That was a very beautiful opportunity. You would have taken the buy from there, targeting even that level there. That was a very, so if you notice, I'm showing you all the opportunities. If ever you trade NASDAQ, if you call yourself a NASDAQ trader and you didn't see all these opportunities that I'm showing you now, go back to the bench. Go back to go back to the classroom. Go back to the classroom. All these entries that I'm showing you, this one I showed you, this one I showed you, even this one going up I showed you. So here, even this coming down, you would have targeted this previous level. That's a lot of money. This one, money. This going up, money. This coming down, money. This going up, money again. If you didn't see all these opportunities that I'm showing you, go back to the drawing board. Go back to the bench. So these trend lines, I think I've spoken and spoken and spoken. They are not the structure. They are not the structure. Most of you are so lazy. All you can do is come and draw trend lines. That's not the structure. So here, you should notice here, we have a very interesting thing that we can see here. What is this? So a major thing has happened on the NASDAQ. When I mean a major thing, which is this one, right? So this one, it facilitated this push up. Meaning if this market comes to this demand and doesn't break here, we can still continue pushing high on the NASDAQ, because they will be following this thing here, lower high, we're lower low, we broke the lower high. Once we break the lower high, our next high is going to be the high that is going to shift order flow, which is this one. That's a higher high because it's higher than this one. Higher high. So you see how the daily is giving us information that we never even saw on a monthly or the weekly. So you see, higher high. So here, this is our low. even if they come all the way to this demand, this will be a higher low so long they don't break there. So we have a very beautiful bias, actually. Very beautiful bias now. Because, right, so this is our level. We have an extreme supply there. Below it, we have an inducement that wasn't taken out with equal lows that were not taken out, meaning our highest probability selling zone will be where? By now you know this, right here. Selling, I mean selling the NASDAQ. The best zone of selling. So it means for them to sell there, they would have bought in order to get there. So it means the ability that you now need to have now is the ability to know where the buys are going to start from. The buys that are going to come into this zone in order for them. So this is a major trade. Major trade opportunity, this one. Major trade. I don't know if this week you have any news. I haven't checked on that. But if ever we do get news, that would be so good. Because it will actually push price, at least once it pushes into our zone there. So you notice, you realize that level that you marked there, they won't come. Remember, I showed you. I think I showed you the issue of levels. How they also institutions, they also use this knowledge of levels against most of you of lesser understanding. So that is our level, major sell there. But in order for them to sell there, they must have bought somewhere. But buying somewhere, we can see we have a demand here. We have a fair value gap here as well. We have a demand, we have a fair value gap. This demand, they tapped it. They can even come and still tap it, which is fine. We have a fair value gap right here. Right here. Fair value gap right here. This knowledge and this understanding, let me tell you, this is understanding that once you now have it, you now have it. Once you now have it, you now have it. There's no way you can't even fake it. You can't fake having this. You can never come here and fake having or knowing this. So here, they might most probably come to this fair value gap because there's also inducement on the fair value gap as well as liquidity, equal laws. These are equal laws. Equal laws, equal laws, equal laws. That's liquidity. So more your brothers now, they have this as a support. They have this as a support. Support. This is a retail level. This is a scenario that once you master this scenario, there is no day that you ever be manipulated on the market. Once you understand what I'm showing you here. This is a retail zone. A retail zone that is above an institutional zone. There is liquidity on that retail zone. And as far as you now know institutions, how they love liquidity, they might not hold here. Wipe everyone out. Once they wipe these people out, I want you to notice what your brothers are going to think. Once these retail traders are wiped out here, they will think NASDAQ is selling. Then NASDAQ will come back on that same zone that they wiped. Come back. And what are those people that bought here, that were taken out? What are they going to do? They are going to sell because they are going to say support has been broken and it's now a resistance. They are going to sell there. As they sell, NASDAQ will pretend as if it's falling. Wipe them out again. Once you understand this, this thinking, how the institutions think, like in cases like this, once you understand this, you will be so dangerous on the market. Trust me. The same time your fellow brothers will be selling there, you'll be in a buy. You'll be in a buy because you know why they were taken out on their buys here, because they bought at a wrong zone. which is a retail zone, and retail zones, a retail zone that was actually also a liquidity zone. So this is a setup that we're currently having for NASDAQ, that I'm currently having for NASDAQ for this week, as well as the coming weeks. This is a setup that I'm having for Mr. NASDAQ. Notice where my analysis started from. Even if I go to the 4 hour, 1 hour, I'm just going there to see as the market touched our zone. Once it touches our zone there, even if I come to the 1 hour like this, right? Even if I come to the 1 hour like this, once they come and touch our zone, like this one, all we now need on the 1 hour, it will just be an entry confirmation. The same entry confirmation that I've been showing you, whereby as they are coming down, if you notice, as they are coming down like this, they are coming down in form of bearish order flow, if you notice them. If you notice how they are coming down in form of like this. They're still maintaining, still maintaining. Same thing here, even if they take out this, they can still fail to take out that one. So it's still it's still overally pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. So even if they give you a retracement to this level, where is our level here? This is our zone. Even if they give you a retracement there, that will actually be an opportunity for you to sell, because you know that so long they haven't broken, they haven't taken out this, they are still going to continue. So they can come there or even come all the way to the wicks like this one. But you just put it like this, like this. You just put it like this. That will actually be a selling opportunity. That is if ever they come here without first touching our zone there. So in order to touch our zone, they need to maintain this bearish flow, bearish flow up until they come, then they go like this. So NASDAQ, it's a very interesting week. Trust me. You must focus. For example, here, if it comes there before coming down there you can actually take sales, because this order flow is bearish. So focus on the momentum, which is bearish. Then if they come and take out this level, you can even sell coming down here. All right. Because you know they are still going to take out, come, but your best sell entry here, you can take the sell there, targeting this zone. Once you come into this zone, there our bias is going upward, 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 upward. So, guys, this is my entire focus, my entire analysis, my entire setup for NASDAQ for this week. I think I've fully explained why I'm anticipating, and where are my zones. I think I've explained fully all of that. So it will help you to, it is videos like this or sessions like this that you need to go back and rewatch, because most of you might not even understand what I was even saying in one sitting. It will help you to go back, rewatch. It will give you a better understanding. The main analysis is this one. Touch there, go up, then drop from there. So this going up, it will be a major opportunity, same as the coming down. So yeah, they're almost there. They can give a small pullback, maybe. But if the market opens and closes below, comes this zone, it will actually also be good. To also be good. So here they can come respect the fair value gap, or they can even come all the way to our demand, which is here. That's why you must wait for confirmation before just jumping in. Definitely, the video, you find it just now on YouTube. You'll find it on YouTube. Go back there, rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. You will learn a lot. You will learn a lot. Trust me, you will learn a lot. So, guys, this is our NASDAQ setup. Don't be confused by people who come and draw trend lines to you here, draw funny trend lines and tell you this is our analysis, this is what. Trend lines are not the analysis. Like, if you are just coming to do this and do this, this is not enough. Someone can say, but it looks like it's summarized. Summarized what? Because it's not even it's not even summarized, because in as much as, let's say, in this case, you this inducement entry, you would have taken the cell, this one. You'd have taken this cell because of the understanding now. Change of character, you came to an inducement zone. You would have taken cells there on the inducement level, same as this breakout, this one. But now, you know that them doing like this, the real structure is this one. These trend lines, they are trying to define the structure. So even if you come and draw that, don't allow this to be, don't stop here. Don't even start here, don't stop there. Don't even start here, don't end there. This is just extra things that you draw after you are done, like what I've done like this. After I've fully done with my analysis, then I can come and draw something like this. As I'm drawing something like this, I know the trend lines that will be manipulated, the trend lines that will be done, all sorts of things. So even here, you can draw something like this. So this trend line, this upper one, they will come and break it. And after breaking it, they will actually come and break it again. This one. Because right now, you find videos right now. If you want, you can Google. You find someone right now who come and tell you, this is our channel, downward channel. We'll buy. Then once it gets there, we'll sell. But all this is liquidity. All this is liquidity. All this is liquidity. Liquidity there, liquidity. So they'll come wipe out all the liquidity, tap into the zone, then go. They are now going down now. So be so careful about just coming to draw trend lines without an understanding of structure. I hope this was helpful to someone out there. I hope this was helpful. I know most of you love the NASDAQ because of its volatility. That is a good thing. But now master the art of entering where you're supposed to enter. If the market is not on your entry level, relax, slow down, and wait. Wait for it to come. For example, let's say it comes here. Wait for confirmation before you jump in. Once it gives us confirmation, we jump into the buy. We go up with it. Once it comes there, we are selling. So wait for the market. Wait. The only thing that you need to practice is patience. Patience for the market to come into your zone. Once it's in your zone, once you enter, you also practice patience also to hold trades coming from your zone, moving to the next zone. Are we together? Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Is it clear? Anyone with a question based on what I've said? Is there anyone with a question? Anyone with a question who need clarity or more understanding? Crystal clear. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. There's a certain understanding on the market that you'll never, this is not Soshangwe knowledge or Soshangwe understanding. You won't just find this under the tree there. There's a certain level of understanding on the market that you won't just find on the tree, under the tree there. Someone sitting under the tree, trading under the tree. So guys, it was a wonderful time being with you. I think I've explained almost everything. Why is this like this? Why is this like that? Why you must focus on this and focus on that. So it's a very interesting, profitable week, if you ask me. It's a very interesting, profitable. You don't even need to trade so many pairs to make money. One pair properly mastered, properly analyzed can make you good money. When are you going to cover GU, USD, and gold? Definitely tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we'll look into those. NASDAQ, we have thoroughly done everything on NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we are just waiting for the year to end now. Around here, I think it will be December. By the time it comes down here, NASDAQ, we are done.
something on you, my friend. I flex looks good on you.
Eh?
I don't wanna like you.
What are you saying?
And then that's why you machine and then you shoot it to another. But
What is
I
this
don't
guy
make it
saying?
now. What are you saying? It's a machine and my face. Oh, baby, show you all black.
Right. So NASDAQ for the entire year, for the rest of October, November, and December, we have done the analysis. We have done and we have finished. All we will be doing is taking our trades on our zones, following and respecting our setups as usual. So I hope someone was helped. I hope someone has helped, and we look forward to a very profitable week. Very, very profitable week. Go back and rewatch, relearn, make sure that you fully understand. And let's make money. Let's make money. Let's make real money now. Let's make real money. Thank you, guys. You see the video on YouTube.